Hey, it's Tel Aviv. Tomorrow it's New York. Nigga, the fuck you mean tomorrow is New York? This nigga trying to pull out a yo, come out, bro. They caught us. We're not with you, bro. I don't know who needs to tell you this. We're not with you, Ben Netanyahu. What the fuck? This nigga talk about some tomorrow it's New York. Nigga, tomorrow it's Tel Aviv. The next day is Tel Aviv. And the next day. This nigga trying to drag us down with him. Go and finish whatever you started, my nigga. In fact, if we was to come out and help anybody, we're helping Iran, bro. We not coming out and helping you, nigga. Nah, but this little nigga Ben is tripping, though. What the fuck? Nigga, today it's
Slack here for his language. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect of the true nation of Israel, Yasharallah, which means Prince of the Power. He, Prince Power, Yasharallah, all right, which is the true way how to say the Lord's chosen people, Israel, all right, Yasharallah, all right. And I said salutations and peace to the elect of Yasharallah, all right, because that's who this message is for, man. This is why we do this work every day, every week, all right, to wake up the elect so we could be saved, man, all right, so we could get up on out of here so the Lord could return, all right. And what you see, what these countries and what's going on in the Middle East, all right, is are signs from the Lord, all right, and it's biblical, all right, that, hey, the Lord is about to return soon, man, all right, and the kingdom of heaven is next. We got next. Us Israelites have next, man, all right, because, Netanyahu says today it's Tel Aviv, tomorrow it's New York, man, all right, and this, Jake, this is a young Jake right here, man, people, all right, of America, all right, these slow bellies, they're figuring it out, man. They're figuring it out that, these small hats, those people in the Holy Land right now, are not the Lord's chosen people. That they are actually the devil that the Bible speaks of, the synagogue of Satan, like the scriptures say in Revelations, man. Ye are of the synagogue of Satan, which say ye are Jews, JEWs, but are not, and do lie. So they're lying about being calling themselves, proclaiming themselves as the chosen people, man. All right. And Slakia for the wind and the noise in the background, man. It's been hectic weather today for no effing reason, man. All right. And it's been like that for the past few weeks. It's supposed to be sunny and nice, and it's supposed to be warm, but then out of nowhere it rains for a couple days, and it's humid, and it's not hot, and then bang, it's hot, and then bang, it rains again for no reason. When I check the weather, it's not supposed to be raining or storming. I had to go and work late today because I woke up to dangerous conditions outside, man. But that's neither here nor there, man. But yeah, man, he says today is Tel Aviv, and we all know what happened in Tel Aviv. All right, Iran bombed, all right, Tel Aviv, and it looks like a war zone in Tel Aviv, one of the most protected, all right, places on earth. All right. Finally, these devils are being touched, man. All right. These countries, all right, okay, are finally standing up for themselves, like the scriptures say. Let the weak say I'm strong, man. All right. 10, 15 years ago, if anybody went against or even shot anything at Israel, bang, the U.S. Army would decimate them on the spot. But hey, these countries, throughout the years have been gaining weapons of mass destruction and building up their war infrastructure and war power. So now, hey, America, in Israel, they can't do too much, man, because these countries that used to back up America and Israel, all right, they're not backing up America and Israel no more, man. So America and Israel, all right, they're playing it smart, man. All right, they're not just, they can't do whatever they want now, man, like they used to back in the day. They would just, do whatever. They would start war, all right, which they still are starting war, but they're not. They used to not be scared of Iran and these other countries, because these other countries, they weren't backed up by the UN and whatnot, and these other countries that, and they didn't have technologically advanced war weapons and armory, as America does and did. But now these countries are backing up themselves, all right, are and gaining weapons of mass destruction and weaponry, and building up their militaries. And hey, they could go to war today. They could go to war yesterday, if they want to, man. All right, against America and Israel. They're not scared of America and Israel no more. Like the scriptures say, like I repeated again, all right, but let the weak say I'm strong. And that's referring to these other countries. They used to be bullied and punked by Israel and America. All right, now they're punking American Israel, man. Now Israel is getting punked, and America's like, I don't know, how about you guys stop? And Trump is going back and forth, trying to please both sides, so he doesn't have to go through go to war with these other countries like Iran and Russia and China. All right, Trump is trying to please Israel and trying to please Iran, at the same time, But hey, as is written, like as the scriptures say, they're all gonna go to war, man. World War III is inevitable. It's gonna happen. America will be destroyed by nuclear fire. All right. Just because there's peace talks and whatnot, like the scriptures say, peace and safety, but then sudden destruction. All right. And Netanyahu, all right, don't be surprised if he not he. I don't even want to say he. All right. Don't be surprised if America gets some big false flag attack upon them. All right. Gets nuked, or a major city like New York. All right. Like it says, New York gets bombed or something like that. A lot of people get unalived, like in Tel Aviv or something like that. And then bang, America's going to have to be forced to go to war and defend Israel. And then eventually defend themselves, because all these countries are going to be mad at Israel and America. And America's going to have to not just defend Israel, but themselves, because these countries are going to be shooting bombs and attacking America too. All right. So yeah, man. Yeah, Jake, like this little Jake says, hey man, we're not with you. But hey, eventually these men in America are going to have to be forced to be drafted into war, into Armageddon, and be unalived and destroyed and steamrolled, all right? Because they don't serve Yahweh Shemi Shai anyway. They're created just to be destroyed, like the scriptures say. This Jake don't serve Yahweh Shemi Shai, all right? You saw his haircut, all right? He doesn't go out there to the highways and byways. He don't call on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, all right? And there's many millions of Jakes like him, man, all right? And the Lord created them just for them to go be drafted into war and to be destroyed, and to be that altar, all right, that sacrifice on that altar, all right, in Armageddon and in America, man, all right? This world is going to be a big altar. What do you do on an altar? A big burning sacrifice for the Lord. And what do you do with the sacrifice? You unalive, and blood is shed and burned. And that's what's going to happen to you wicked Israelites, you wicked blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you heathens too, are going to be unalived, bloodshedded, all right, in mass numbers, and burned to a crisp. By what? By flame of by nuclear missiles, man. World War III, all right. Hey, so this has to happen, man. You could deflect it or try to say, nah, I'm not with it. Hey, you're gonna be drafted into war. You know what? What happens when you're drafted? You're forced into going to war. You can't do nothing about it. That's why these FEMA camps are being set up. Talks of FEMA camps, all right? Because if you don't want to be drafted and go to war, they're either going to unalive you or send you to a concentration camp, a FEMA camp, all right? FEMA camp is a fancy and nicer way to say concentration camp, all right? So yeah, man, you can do all you want and say all you want, but hey, World War III is inevitable. It's going to happen, all right? Jeremiah 5:45. Yeah, Jeremiah 5:45. the Jeremiah 50 and 45. Slakia. Man, I hope it don't rain, man. Jeremiah 50 and 45. It says, therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate. All right, with them. And who's the least of the flock? All right, Israel. All right, the people in the land, the Holy Land right now. All right. Okay, that's the least of the flock, and they're gonna draw out all these countries in America, draw everybody out for war, World War III. All right, that's why he said, all right, Tel Aviv today and New York tomorrow. Because, hey, the Lord is putting the spirit and the mindset of these countries and these kings and these presidencies of these countries and these nations to go to war. All right. Slakia, I'm going to have to make a part 2. We've got a storm coming. Slakia.